Marion Bowman Jr., 44, who was convicted for the murder of his longtime friend Candy Martin, was executed tonight in the state of South Carolina just after 6 p.m. on Friday, January 31st, 2025. Bowman, who has maintained his innocence since his arrest, became the third black man to be executed in South Carolina in 4 months after the state restarted its death chamber, following a 13-year pause in part because prison officials couldn't obtain lethal injection drugs. Prior to the execution, Bowman's attorney read his final statement to witnesses, which included members of the victim's family, inmate's family, state officials, and members of the news media. In his final statement, Bowman maintained his innocence and said he hoped his death would help bring peace to the victim's family. "I did not kill Candy Martin. I'm innocent of the crimes I'm here to die for," Bowman wrote. "I know that Candy's family is in pain," the statement continued. "They are justifiably angry. If my death brings them some relief and ability to focus on the good times and funny stories, then I guess it will have served a purpose. I hope they find peace." Bowman was found guilty in Dorchester County in 2002 for the murder of 21-year-old Candy Martin in 2001. Martin's bullet-ridden body was discovered burned in the trunk of her car. When Bowman was 20, he encountered 21-year-old Martin and a group of her friends. Bowman's sister said he asked Martin to pay back a debt that was owed, and when Martin asked him to wait until she was finished with a conversation, he said, "That bitch be dead by dark." Despite spending more than half his life on death row, Bowman rejected a plea deal for a life sentence, insisting on his innocence, and chose to go to trial. Several friends and family members testified against him as part of plea agreements. On Tuesday around noon, justices declined without comment to halt Bowman's execution until a court could hear further arguments over whether his trial attorney had too much sympathy for the white victim to mount a vigorous defense. Bowman's appeal argued that his trial lawyer was inadequately prepared and had excessive sympathy for the victim because she was white. His current lawyers claimed the trial lawyer referred to the victim as a little girl, while referring to Bowman as a man, despite him being a year younger than Candy when she was killed. Bowman's current legal team also argued that his conviction was based on testimonies from friends and family who testified against him in return for deals or dropped charges by prosecutors. However, the Supreme Court dismissed Bowman's appeal on Thursday, deeming it meritless. In the history of South Carolina since the reinstatement of capital punishment in 1976, no governor has ever granted clemency to commute a death sentence to life imprisonment without parole, and this trend persists through 45 executions.